You understand? You're too loud. You're making too much noise. Look at me. The loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. I told you that.
You already know. You already know. We staying drumless out here. We staying coronaless out here. Guys, keep your hands clean and everything. You know the craziness that's going on around here. Anyways, the clip you just saw was Denzel Washington in the movie American Gangster, and he was talking to one of his guys about, the loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. Now, this scene stood out so much to me because it holds a lot of truth. Because you ever go somewhere or you overhear a conversation and the person talking is just so verbose, and they're just talking about what they've done or what they're gonna do, and it's their mission to let everybody know about it, and they're constantly talking. They're not even letting you say anything. Those are just the worst people. Almost like a narcissistic personality, right? Where they believe everyone needs or wants or has a desire to know what they're doing. And those are usually those conversations where after you're done with the conversation, you feel drained and tired. Like, damn, like that conversation was tiring. Like, that happens to all of us because there are people that have a need to let everybody know what's going on. And it's not, in a lot of cases, it's not really a good thing to do, because you don't know what someone's intentions are, especially someone you don't even know. You don't know what they might do with the information that you're basically telling them. And anytime you're talking to somebody, they're naturally in conversations you'll have questions, right? Of course, people are gonna ask questions. In combos, people ask you, what do you do for work, and what part of town do you live in, and what kind of car do you drive? Like, these questions, as simple as they are, it's the way to gauge like your socioeconomic value. Like, what kind of person are you? If you're at a dinner party and someone asks you, oh, what do you do for a living? And you're like, oh, I'm a dentist. They're like, oh, you're a dentist. Okay. Now they're gonna, treat you a certain way because your occupation, represents status. And there's nothing wrong with that. Let's say, you say, I'm a dentist, and then you start going on and on and on and on and on about your future plans to the stranger that you don't even know. And then now what they're going to do is they're going to try to buddy up with you because they see what you're going to do, and then what you plan on doing in the future. And then they're your friend because they want to go along for that ride. They're not going to be your friend because they actually like who you are. You get what I'm saying? Being the loudest in the room in a lot of cases isn't the best thing to do. If you're going to be loud with your energy, be loud with the way your vibe is, because that speaks more volumes than just talking. Take for example, take mob bosses, these big mob bosses. A lot of times people can't tell they're mob bosses, but there's a vibe about them that displays confidence and strength. But you probably won't think they're a mob boss. That's what I'm talking about. In the energetic level, if you're gonna be loud that way. But when you speak, like, you're just speaking. Like, I'm sure you that's watching this right now, Mr. Subscriber, you've probably come across some dangerous people in your life, but you wouldn't know they're dangerous because they're not loud about it. They're not saying it out in Jump Street because they're just strategic about it. It's just dumb, right? And now, with all this being said, I am not saying that you have to be a mute when talking to people. You can't share information. No. I'm just saying be strategic with the information you're saying. I'm not saying be like Kane from WWF and like just quiet, just looking at people.
The 20 years of suffering, the 20 years of hiding out is now.
Like share info, but just be strategic about it. There are plenty of people that, they have this loud bravado about them. I mean, take, for instance, Conor McGregor. He's loud as hell. I mean, interviews, before fights, he's loud. And it's justifiable. Here's why. In the beginning of his career, if you look at interviews, Conor was pretty humble when he was younger. He had a very humble attitude towards him. I mean, about him, just like a calmer vibe. And then as he got more success, rightfully so. I mean, look at all your accomplishments. You have the right to be, pretty confident about who you are, especially as a fighter. But the way Conor does it is strategic. He's very loud and aggressive towards his opponents. And when the media is around, he's like, yeah, like I'm the best. But when he's training, he backs it up, right? He backs it up with the way he trains and everything, his diet, working on his grappling, his striking. And then when it's time to perform, he usually performs. But there was one fight where he fought Khabib. I know, not everyone's a UFC fan, but follow me here. There's one fight he fought Khabib. And throughout the time it was time to train, he was so confident and loud about himself, but he never really put in the work as much as he usually did. And when it came time to fight, Khabib whooped him. And if you look at those press conferences, Khabib was the quiet, the more results-oriented person, because he understood that talk. You can only talk to a certain amount, and the rest, it's like your results need to show. And that's a huge thing to take away from it. And I once did have an acquaintance of mine that every time I was around him, he always had a need to really like kind of prove himself in a way, to always talk about what he did or what he's done. And a lot of times it sounded fabricated to me, and I'm really good at reading people, so a lot of times it did seem fabricated to me, but I just didn't say anything about it, just because I didn't want to put him on the spot. But when you really start to announce everything that you're doing, a lot of people can pick up on the fact that you're trying to prove yourself. And when you're around someone that it seems like they're trying to prove themselves, that means they're lacking, whether it's in confidence, and maybe they're not as successful as they hope to be. So they think their words are going to be what makes people believe in, all the great stuff they're doing. But that's not always the case. There are people that, see right through that. And that's a very important thing to understand. So understand that life is chess, and there are certain people that you disclose information to because either this information about yourself can either help them or it can help you. And there's like a purpose behind you telling them. If you're not sure whether or not, just ask yourself, like, how would this person benefit from me telling them this certain information? Is it necessary? Is it necessary for me to say this right now? Or is it not? Like, really think about that throughout conversations. And it doesn't even have to be through conversations. I mean, people share things all the time online. And then they're like, oh, why does everybody know this? Or how does this person know that? Like, you shared it. you shared it online. So naturally everyone's going to know about, all the people that follow you are going to know about it. Let that loudness come out of your energy. Okay, so I used to work at Micro Center, which is a computer store, right? And you naturally have those customers that come up to you. Hey, you know where this is? You know where that is? Cool. One time there was this guy that came up to me. He was about 5'6", not very tall. But his energy, the way he walked up to me, I'm like, this dude is the real deal. Like he does something, like whether it's the military or something, or he has a nice job or something. But he came up to me, he complimented I think my shoes or something that I was wearing. I was like, okay, thanks, cool. We had a nice brief conversation. I told him where something was, and then he was on his way. Just from that interaction, I could tell, without him even really bragging about anything that he's doing, I could tell that there's something, energetically, powerful about the guy. And then I think when he was leaving, I saw something like U.S. Army or something like that, which, I'm sure Army guys, they have to have a certain amount of discipline when it comes to training and being in war. But who knows? Maybe he wasn't in the Army and maybe it was his cousin's shirt. Who knows? But that example just goes to show you that letting your energy speak for itself and your vibe speak for itself holds a lot more weight than just talking. Don't be the loudest in the room.